married for over 3 decades, and so there's something that has to be going right. She's a life and health coach, author, business coach at one point as well. Lezanne Azan is joining me now to share tips for everlasting love from her new book, Marriage Mastery. Good morning.
Good morning, Simone.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Finally got it done.
Finally.
After years of it being an idea that you did not complete until you were given a lesson to complete it.
Yes.
Tell me a little bit about that journey.
So I had the idea several years ago, but I kind of just put it on the back burner and said, maybe that's not me. Maybe I'm just imagining things. Maybe I shouldn't be doing this. Because I actually I was diagnosed with a learning disability when I was younger, and it had to do with reading and writing. So when this idea came to me, I said, I'm not an author, I can't write, nope, and I just left it alone. And then I went to a retreat, and I actually had a prophetic word spoken over me that said, Lezanne, you have 2 books in you, go ahead and write it. So it was almost like God had to say, Lezanne,
right now,
don't be stubborn, do
Yes.
it. And so just an act of obedience, not confidence, but obedience, that I wrote the book.
And so in being obedient, has that built your confidence?
I think as I step out,
Yes.
it builds a little bit, but I would never say that I am there yet. Every step is an act of obedience, and then as I do that, the confidence builds.
Yeah, it's a process. He's not going to send you out there and not equip you. You know this, though.
Yes.
And so, Marriage Mastery, why was this what you wanted to write about?
Because of my own journey, marriage was not, well, let's just say, culturally, also being vulnerable was a little bit challenging. Like, I'm going to have to speak about, certain things. But God said to me, look, Lezanne, your marriage is a testament to my faithfulness. God can restore, He can heal, He can do exceedingly above and beyond what you ask or imagine. And so I'm not going to do that in your life for you to keep it to yourself. So I had to make myself vulnerable to share. And in sharing, we've been able to help others through coaching and ministry. And just to say that there's hope, because I never would have thought that the marriage that I have now, that I couldn't imagine it when we first got married.
Right. Because you folks, you got the counseling. You thought you were already going in.
Right, the premarital counseling. Right. Yes.
So you get married, and you got to a point where you, as you say in the book, you and Omar, good morning, Omar Azan, were at what you call a crossroads.
Yes.
Right? And it's a crossroads for some people, these days especially. They don't cross the road at all. From them reach that crossroads, that's it. The marriage is done. But you were able to go beyond that, and you attribute that to what?
God, because we believed in God, and we called ourselves Christians, but we weren't reading the Bible. We didn't know about anything about the Bible. We both came from divorced homes, so I wouldn't say we had really great godly examples of what marriage is. So we just did marriage based on what we grew up, what we thought, what the culture tells us, what society tells us. So I would say we were definitely not prepared, and I think a lot of people are not prepared because they're just based on what they see.
Yeah.
And so when we reached that crossroads, we said to ourselves, okay, we don't want a legacy of divorce. And we definitely said this is a we thing, not an I thing. Because I think a lot of times when you reach that crossroads and you're deciding to do counseling, I've seen so many couples where they say, you need the counseling, I don't need the counseling.
Like one hand can clap.
Right. And we both said, no, this is not an I thing, this is a we thing. So if this is a crossroads, we have to do this together. So we got individual counseling, we got counseling together, couples counseling. And we just had to humble ourselves to realize that we did not know it all. We were unprepared. And the source that we wanted to learn from was God. So we went to the Word. We learned as much as we could about what is God's plan for marriage. Because obviously we had no idea.
Right.
And so that's what changed everything.
Yeah. So is it safe to say this is largely faith-based then, Bible-based?
Yes.
Your tips that you give to marriage mastery. There's 31 tips in this book for everlasting love.
Yes.
Ranging from BFFs is one
There's 31
chapter.
tips, and then each tip.
Is that a tip for each year?
No, so the 30, well, yes, because when I was trying to figure out how many tips, at the time of writing, I was married for 31 years. And then I said, okay, there are also 31 days in a month if somebody wants to read one a day for a month, or if they want to read it in one sitting. So 31 just felt right.
Kick complacency to the curb. Map the triggers. God's sandpaper. Be patient. Don't forget to forgive. Husbands, love your wife. Wives, respect your husbands. Guard your marriage from infidelity. Facing the foe, picking your tribe. All, sound practical advice, but foundation grounded in Bible.
Right. So each tip comes with a message, a prayer, a small prayer, a practice where you can make it applicable in your daily life, and then scripture to go along with that message. So
kind of like a workbook-ish. You
yes.
had a workbook section in there.
In fact, since it's come out, people have been saying, "Oh, I would love to do this as a Bible study or a small group," and I think the workbook might be next because people have been asking for that.
Tell me about the feedback. Since we've segued into that, what are people saying?
People are loving it. They like how easy it is, and that's another thing. Not everybody is going to pick up a big marriage novel and read it. Some people I just wanted to just plant seeds of God's truth.
Right. Seeds
of truth, and then anything that sticks, if they want to dive deeper into it, then they can go ahead. So.
Are you doing this as a series at Zeal? Zeal, by the way, is a church that yourself and Omar founded, right?
Yes, along with Pastor Corey and.
Yes.
Yes.
I think were you doing a marriage master series at one point?
No. So Omar and I have been leading marriage small groups for quite some time.
Okay.
And but the feedback, like you're saying, is excellent. People have been. It's for singles who are curious, newlyweds who are preparing, married people. Even if you've been married for years, people have been saying it's a great reminder, great to look back at. Even if you've been married 30 years, there's still reminders in here that Omar and I. Have to look at.
And tips in there to help people actually get to 30 years, which is a challenge these days. Yeah.
And people have been gifting it for bridal showers.
Right. If you know a couple of months to get married, it's a good gift.
Yes.
Where do we get it, Lezanne?
You can get it on Amazon right now, or you can get it on my website, which is www.lezanneazan.com, or you can DM me on my Instagram, which is lezanne.azan.
Okay. Fantastic. Marriage Mastery, 31 Tips for Everlasting Love. Lezanne Azan is the author. It's about time you did this. Look at all the people saying, thank you, we love this book. We should didn't do it sooner. Anyway, the right time is the right time. Thank you very much for being here.
Thank you so much for having me,
I look forward to seeing
Simone.
you when you write the second one.
Thank you.
Life and health coach and author Lezanne Azan. Book again, Marriage Mastery, 31 Tips for Everlasting Love. That's it for Off the Shelf.
Thank you.